Hey everybody, we got about an hour before kickoff here in Seattle against the 49ers, and as usual, we have some last minute game notes. So, we got the active and inactive list now. We have an idea of who's going to play, so let's run through it here. The first major thing worth noting, not that this is unexpected, but it's significant, it matters, and it's going to kind of tie into something that I'm going to get into a little later in this video, but Adrian Peterson will play. Adrian Peterson has been activated from the practice squad and he will be active, and I can only assume that he's going to get on the field. So, if you're wondering about Adrian Peterson, he is indeed going to suit up and probably get on the field at some point today. So, as for who won't get on the field today, we have the inactive list of number one, Alex Collins, and it was announced yesterday that he was unlikely to be able to play today. So, that indeed has bared out. We will not have Alex Collins. Not that he's been playing great lately, but I think we all know it's not really Alex's Collins doing. The run blocking on this offensive line has completely deteriorated. And this goes for Adrian Peterson as well. I seriously doubt anybody that we have is going to be able to make any kind of hay behind this offensive line right now. So that's one of the reasons why you have Adrian Peterson active. No Alex Collins. Also not going to have Jacob Eason. Damian Lewis, which is a bummer, but was completely expected. Phil Haynes, which is... I mean, there's so much stuff to be irritated with right now with this team. I don't even want to waste my energy on it, but Damian Lewis is out. Phil Haynes is one of your young guards with some degree of potential. I know he's injury prone, but play him until he gets hurt again. Why not? This is a great opportunity. No, you're going to play Kyle Fuller, who had a 0 PFF grade last week. Really? That's the solution here? Reason number 873 why this coaching staff needs a complete purge. Also out, Nigel Warrior and Robert Kemdichi. So LJ Collier is active. He will probably play a little bit. And Rashad Penny's active too, by the way. So if you wanted to see those guys for some reason, you can. Brady Henderson goes on to define that, like I said, Penny is active. So is Travis Homer. So our running backs are Rashad Penny, Travis Homer, Adrian Peterson, and DJ Dallas. I'm going to say it again. There's so much stuff to get mad at with this team right now that it feels like kind of a waste of your time and energy to get mad about this. But this is what I'm talking about. This team had a choice this week between having a guy like Adrian Peterson active and a guy like Josh Johnson active. And they went with the guy who is 36 years old, who just got here, who has no future with this team whatsoever, who has no chance of being part of the team even next year, over the guy who has the possibility of being part of your future. Okay? Josh Johnson, maybe the odds are long, but if Pete Carroll's going to talk this dude up in his press conferences, say, oh, we really like the way he runs, he's a good pass catcher, he can pass block. If you're going to say these things, then I'm going to hold you accountable when your actions don't match your words. If you feel that way about him, then play him. So, near as I can tell, he's not even activated this week. He's still on the practice squad. So, there's no opportunity to get him out there. So, instead of getting somebody out there who you can develop a little bit and maybe say, okay, well, let's try to squeeze some positive things out of this season, right? There's not a whole lot to get out of it now. We suck. We're terrible. We're not going anywhere. Let's see if we can at least resolve the running back issues going forward a little bit. If we can get Josh Johnson out there, somebody like a Josh Johnson, and go, oh, this guy's pretty good. Let's bring him back next year. Let's see what he's got. Then that's at least something you can salvage. Playing Adrian Peterson in this game is not going to do anything for you except make you feel good that you have a future Hall of Famer on your side of the field for a few hours, and that's going to dissipate real quickly when he's well past his prime. So I've spent enough time talking about this, but I hope to God that we at least make sure DJ Dallas gets more backfield action than Adrian Peterson. Like, if Adrian Peterson gets more burn than DJ Dallas today, just know that I'm going to log on today and I'm not going to be happy about it. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to bash this idiotic coaching staff for participating in something like that if that happens. DJ Dallas, who you know is going to be here next year, who you know has some value to your team, and you're going to play Adrian Peterson over him. So here's hoping. Finally, the 49ers released their inactive list for the game today. It is mostly as expected, but there is one clear trend developing here. So Debo is out. We knew that. Fred Warner's out. We knew that, more or less. Dre Greenlaw out. Marcel Harris also out with a concussion. So he was questionable. So we didn't know that. They also have a couple linemen out on both sides of the ball. But the big thing here, no Fred Warner, no Dre Greenlaw, no Marcel Harris. They are crazy thin at linebacker. That means Gerald Everett. That means Will Dissly. Those are the two guys that I'm really looking at right now to get open a lot against the 49ers backups at linebacker. They are down to the nub at linebacker. And the guys they have out there right now, I was reading some stuff earlier this week, they are weak in coverage. You can beat them in coverage. So tight ends need to get open, and Wilson needs to get them the ball. We're making some progress here. Last week we had 11 combined targets to the tight ends. Everett had 9 targets and Dissly had 2. So we are headed in the right direction there. We are seeing some of the things that I wanted us to see. So this week it's probably going to be a more extreme example of that. So like I say, this season you're not going to make the playoffs, but the more we can learn about these guys, the better. Gerald Everett and Will Dissly are both guys who could be part of your team going forward. They're both free agents, but you could bring one or both of them back. And this game is a great opportunity for those guys to show, hey, I should be brought back. I'm good. I am a part of positive things for this team going forward. And that's the main takeaway from this inactive list for me. So I'm going to get out of here. Game starts in about an hour. Peace out. Go Hawks. See you guys in the post-game video later today and the post-game stream during Sunday night. Go Hawks.